I was looking through and found this tiny little manuscript among this other material, and it said Chopin at the top, and having seen a lot of other Chopin manuscripts, the handwriting at first glance looked like his. I immediately thought it's just one of his pieces that I don't happen to instantly know. I saw that it was a waltz in A minor, so I went and looked up all of his waltzes in A minor, expecting it to be one of them that I just didn't happen to know. And it wasn't. The last major discovery of an unknown piece by Chopin was made in the 1930s. These things happen so rarely that it's more likely that it's not what it appears to be than that it is. So we undertook several months of research, and there were unusual aspects of the music. For example, there's a triple forte that he uses that he did use in other pieces, but relatively less often, but there are telltale signs that only Chopin would have done. For example, there's a very distinctive bass clef that he used. He always wrote the stems on a certain side, even when they're up stems, which is technically wrong, but that's sort of a telltale sign of his. And just down to the very details of how the pen strokes are made. For example, the way he formed the V on the word Waltz. He would always have a little curlicue, which wasn't there, but then we noticed that there was a little dot that showed that it had been there, and sort of the ink didn't quite take. So there were all these little teeny details that determined that it was in his handwriting and with ink that he would have used. We believe it was written in the early 1830s after he first came to Paris. It's known that he would hand these to, very often it was aristocratic lady friends. So he'd go to a dinner party and hand one of these over as a gift. And sometimes he'd use the same piece over and over and write sort of different variations on it. So we think that this must have been one of those. These things unfold over years. Maybe someone will find something about it that we don't expect after a few years. There's really no way to know for sure, but it's sort of already entered into the world of the classical canon. It's sort of been embraced and absorbed into that world already, and that will just continue to unfold.